Welcome to this support video on using the GLC Request e-form to review General Ledger Code requests. When a new GLC request is submitted, you will receive an email notifying you that action is required. If the requester indicated that a discretionary Q fund is most appropriate, or that the contract is not yet finalized, the e-form will first be assigned to the relevant Delegated Authority for approval. We will first view the e-form from the Delegated Authority's perspective. The introduction page will show any comments made by previous users, if applicable. This page will give you a summary of the request details, display any uploads and comments by the requester, and will provide you with assessment options. If you endorse the GLC request, the e-form will be submitted to Research Accounting for approval, unless the request is for a D fund, where it is first submitted to Alumni Relations and Philanthropy for approval. Additional comments are optional. If the requester indicated that the contract is not yet finalized, you have to provide an alternate GLC for the transfer of costs to another fund in the event that the contract is not approved. If you do not endorse the GLC request, the e-form will be closed and the requester will receive a notification with your reasons for declining. If you require further information, the e-form will be reassigned to the requester. In both these instances, additional comments are mandatory and will be provided to the requester. When you click on Submit, the e-form will be sent to Research Accounting or Alumni Relations and Philanthropy for approval. All requests for philanthropic income or D funds will be assigned to Advancement Services in the Alumni Relations and Philanthropy unit to review and action. We'll now look at the e-form from the perspective of Alumni Relations and Philanthropy. The introduction page gives you an overview of what you are required to do in this state of the e-form. You will also see the comment history, if applicable, here. This page will give you a summary of the request details, display any uploads and comments by the requester, and will provide you with assessment options. If you approve the GLC request, the income will be classified as a gift and the e-form will be submitted to Research Accounting for processing of a D fund. Additional comments are optional. You may also upload supporting documentation. If you do not approve the GLC request or require an amendment, the e-form will be sent back to the requester. Reasons for your decision are mandatory and will be provided to the requester. Except for HRMS change requests, which will go to HR systems, all other General Ledger Code requests will be assigned to Research Accounting. You will either need to review and approve and then action the request in ES Financials and Aries, or in the case of D fund requests or a temporary inactivation, just to update ES Financials and Aries. We'll now look at the e-form from the perspective of Research Accounting. If the GLC request was approved by a Delegated Authority, you will be able to view the transaction details here, as well as any comments made, if applicable. This page will display the details of the requested discretionary Q fund for review, where applicable. The project details page will give you a summary of the request details, display any uploads and comments by the requester, and will provide you with assessment options. If you approve the GLC request, the e-form will be submitted for processing. Depending on the nature of the request, the e-form may be sent to HR to make changes in the HRMS, or to the Research Services Division to check or make changes in Aries. Additional comments are optional. If you do not approve the GLC request, the e-form will be closed and the requester will receive a notification with your reasons for declining. If you require an amendment, the e-form will be reassigned to the requester. In both these instances, additional comments are mandatory and will be provided to the requester. On this page, if you approve the request, you are required to add the GLC that has been created in ES Financials, choose a project type, and indicate the natural accounts that have been assigned. Finally, by ticking the checkboxes, you confirm that you have made all the required additions and changes to ES Financials and Aries. When you click on Submit, the e-form will either be completed or sent to RSD or HR for further processing. All change requests to update HRMS will be assigned to HR systems to review and action. Creation requests with a salary implication but no department ID will also be assigned to HR systems. The introduction page gives you an overview of what you are required to do in this state of the e-form. The project details page will give you a summary of the request details. By ticking the checkbox, you confirm that you have reviewed and actioned this request in HRMS. You may add additional comments or upload supporting documentation. When you submit, if the request is for a new GLC, the e-form may be sent to RSD or Research Accounting for further processing. If the request is for a change, the e-form will close and save to ERMS, and an email confirmation will be sent to the requester. All new General Ledger Code requests which have an ARIS record will be assigned to RSD if approved. You will be able to view the transaction details here, as well as any comments made if applicable. This page will give you a summary of the request details and display any uploads and comments by the requester. By ticking the checkboxes, you declare that you have reviewed the ARIS record and finalized the contract if required. You may add comments here which will not be provided to the requester, but will be saved to ERMS. You may also upload any supporting documentation. Click the Submit button to complete your step of the process. If the contract was not yet finalized at the time of application, the form will be sent back to Research Accounting to update ES financials. If the contract was finalized, the form will close. Thank you for your interest in the General Ledger Code Request e-form. Further information can be found on the Research Accounting website at the link provided on your screen. If you have any suggestions for further functionality, improvements, or would like to provide feedback regarding e-forms or the support video, please visit the Service Improvement Group webpage where you can submit a short feedback e-form.